Well, it's another month and another opportunity to talk about matters that are happening in the sporting world. Welcome to another edition of Metropole Sports Center. My name is Nation Owano. The following are just some of the things that you're going to be looking at in the show tonight. We're going to be talking about the NBA playoffs that are nearing their end, with Phoenix Suns finally qualifying to go into the NBA final playoffs. This is after they beat the LA Clippers in their fifth game of the NBA. Apart from that, we are going to be looking at the Kenya Premier League, some of the games that were played in the course of the week. And has been quite a dramatic turn in the world of Euro 2020, with the following teams knocked out of the competition, that is France, Germany, Croatia, and Sweden. Apart from that, we are going to be looking at some of the most expensive club-to-club transfers that have happened in the English Premier League. Now, first things first, the NBA playoffs took a deep turn this past week, with the Phoenix Suns qualifying for the finals of the NBA. This after they managed to beat Kawhi Leonard's team, that is LA Clippers, in the game in the fifth game of the NBA playoffs. In case you're wondering how the games were played out in the Western Conference, that is the Phoenix Suns versus the LA Clippers. The Phoenix Suns beat the LA Clippers 120-114. In game 2 of the NBA playoffs, Phoenix Suns beat LA Clippers 104-103, and in game 3, 92-106, game 4, 84-80, and the final game that determined the winner of the Western Conference game, that is the Phoenix Suns managed to beat LA Clippers 130-103. This basically means that the Phoenix Suns are the champions of the Western Conference. Now the focus now shifts into the Eastern Conference of the NBA, where the Milwauke Bucks is going to be playing it out against the Atlanta Hawks. The teams have already played 4 games in the NBA playoffs, and in case you're wondering, the following is just how the results were. That is, the Milwaukee Bucks managed to the scoreline was 113-16 in game 1 of the NBA playoffs. Game 2, Milwaukee Bucks versus Atlanta Hawks, 125-91. Game 3, that is Milwaukee Bucks versus Atlanta Hawks, 113-102. And Milwaukee Bucks versus Atlanta Hawks, 88-110. But the biggest conversation that people have been talking about was the knee injury that Giannis Antetokounmpo got in the game this past week. The conversation has been on how that particular injury is going to affect the chances of the Milwaukee Bucks proceeding into the finals of the NBA. Apart from that, Trae Young also suffered a slight injury when he stepped onto the foot of the referee. There's going to be updates on the impact that those two players are going to have as the teams go into game 5 of the NBA playoffs. Chances have been, the conversation has been that Milwaukee Bucks' chances of beating Atlanta Hawks in game 5 of the tournament is going to be significantly reduced, considering that he has been their star player this season. Now that wraps up the first part of the conversation. We take a short commercial break. After the break, I'm going to be joined by our senior African football analyst, that is Eric Shilenje. We are going to be talking about the Euro 2020 competition and the Kenya Premier League, and also the Betway Cup final that is coming up this weekend. See you after the break.